Hey everybody, Iain Campbell here, and today we're going to be discussing the quad channels and my thoughts on it. Quad channels are something new to the bodyboarding scene. They've been around maybe for the last 4 years, and for the first time, Sniper has had the quad channels on their board range this year. I've had the opportunity to try out the quad channel boards, and this video I'm just going to outline my thoughts on how the boards feel, how they act, and exactly what you guys think about the boards. To be honest, at the start, I loved it. No matter where you are on the wave, if it's on a flat section or if it's on a steep section, you've got a lot of drive and down the line speed. One thing that I started to notice, however, was as soon as you started to engage the rail and really try to push as much as you can into the rail, it would release or get a little bit loose. And what I mean by that is it really used to slip out and not allow me to really gouge the rail in. I don't know if this is maybe because of the type of waves I was riding, but for me it just wasn't really clicking how I would like it to. Recently I've had the opportunity to create the Boogie Everyday community page on Facebook, and I've been asking you guys a bunch of questions over the past couple weeks just to see your thoughts and feelings on the boards, especially between the quad channels and the regular box channels or parallel channels that some of you might be riding. I've spoken to a few of the pro riders, and their feelings are generally that they enjoy the quad channels for one simple reason, and that is because it goes fast. This board was really tough to control in the pocket. This is when you are really close to the barreling section or the foam of the wave, and doing little moves and little adjustments there, it made it really difficult with these quad channels as well as the tail setup to really control the board and ride it to its full potential. At the start, I was really keen on the quad. I think that it allows you to go exceptionally fast, and it gives you a lot of drive and down the line speed, which is what a lot of us look for in bodyboards. We look for the opportunity to take off and get as much speed as possible so that we can fly into that end section. However, when I spoke to some of the people online, it seems that some of them were struggling with similar issues that I was having. One of the people that I spoke to had this to say. He really liked the quad channels and it holds a really nice high line, but the only thing he didn't like is that it doesn't release so easily. Another said that the quad channel was really fast in waves about 4 to 5 foot or higher, and in his opinion, it was extremely easy to feel the benefits of the speed. However, there were the opposite of that. Brian said that he's been riding the quad for about a year now, and the most noticeable thing is that you have to engage your hips a lot more to really crank a turn. Others said that they're really big fans of the quad. Opinions about the quad on the YouTube community page were that it's faster, but at the same time more difficult to turn the direction of the board towards the lip after the bottom turn. Others had a more scientific approach, saying that this could actually be slower and we might just be thinking that it feels faster, but it is actually in fact slower. One guy went as far as to say it's a cool feature that works, but not a game changer, while others believed it was a gimmick more than anything else. So with this all being said, I decided that I would take my quad board across to Portugal in the months of September and October. I decided to take the board out at Nazare. Nazare has a lot of rip currents, a lot of turbulence on the wave and on the face, and I thought the quad did an amazing job with being able to really pick up speed quickly and to push you down the line exceptionally fast. I was able to get through some waves that I just thought that I would never be able to make it through. The rail really sat nicely on the wave, and especially when you're going for those air moves on the more bumpy sections, it allowed you to draw the line and get a lot of speed in a short amount of time. This is really good when you're looking to take off on a really steep section with a section that's coming at you and it's kind of close. Little engage of the rail and the board would just shoot off, and that was super fun. However, that's not really my riding style. I enjoy staying in the pocket, kind of slowing down, being able to speed up in the barrel, and for these factors I just felt that the quad really wasn't gelling well with me. These are all things that I feel are really personal to me as a rider and the style of riding that I do. This really showed me that the quad might not be for everyone. And when I say that, if you're someone that really likes to toy with the wave and really mess around in the pocket, stay on the foam ball, kind of get a little bit technical on the wave, I don't think the quad channel is for you. I think the quad channel is for someone that is really looking for down the line speed on fast braking waves that are running down maybe a point break or a really quick reef break or a slabbing reef break. These are waves that the quad might really produce good results for you. When I look back on it, I just felt that the board was a little bit too loose underneath me and it wasn't really engaging in the points where I really wanted it to engage. I started to get a little bit irritated with my riding. I started to think that maybe I was doing something wrong on the wave, I wasn't really focusing enough in the water, and this irritation led me to go and compare waves from two different sessions that I had. The one was a session that I rode in Sintra, and it felt really good to be back on an old board. And as soon as I went back to the quad, I started thinking, okay, maybe there's certain adjustments that I do on the wave that just wasn't really gelling, in the sense that I could get the control and I could have that control on the wave. I started to pick apart a lot of my riding, and when we look at the quad channel versus the parallel channel, this is kind of what I saw. The quad channel has a real tendency to propel you down the wave with a lot of speed. And I loved that part of the quad channel. I loved how it just sent you down the line and it got you going really quickly in a short space of time. However, that's not really my riding style, and when I look back on it, I just see that the quad doesn't allow me to ride at the level that I want to ride and do the things that I want to do. The other test I did was to try and drop knee on the quad channel board. Although I really found it difficult in certain circumstances, the quad channel started to work for me the more I tried to ride the board. I started to really feel like the board was working for me, although it kind of felt a little bit too loose and it kind of felt more like a backtail would, but the speed was just something else. And for me, drop kneeing on a board like that sometimes works, but it just didn't work when you're trying to put all that speed into a turn with a very loose or slippery board. So here are my final thoughts. Some people are going to love the quad channel for down the line speed and drive that it gives you on the board. For fast barrels, I think this is the perfect weapon. I think the quad channels are great, innovative, and exciting technology to have on a bodyboard, but I just don't think they are for me and the way that I ride. If you are a drop knee rider, I would suggest staying away from the quad channel board, as it doesn't allow you to stick to the wave as easy as it would if you're riding a full crescent box channel board or just a flat bottom board. board. I have 2 more customs to try on the quad channel boards for this year. Although the quad channels don't really gel with my style of riding, I still want to take it out there and try and get that technology to work for me. I'll keep you guys updated about the quad channels into the future, but for now I'm going to be sticking on the Sniper NXT parallel channels. I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. If you guys want to learn more about bodyboarding, the technology behind it, or just check out tutorials, hit the link up here and you can check the full tutorial playlist. Otherwise, subscribe to the channel and we'll see you in the next video.